Alright, what you doing today, bro?
I'm gonna do a high fade on the side, on both sides.
Curl the top.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's it.
YouTube, if you don't already, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like and comment if you learned something from this video. Without further ado, let's lock right in. I start by ensuring that I'm prepping my client head. My client want a curl pattern at the end of this cut, so I ensure that I'm picking all his curls right out, so when I go to curl his hair, his curls is defined. Always take heed of doing that because your cut will turn out a lot better than, you know, average cuts. Also, like I said, is again, a prepped head is always the best head to cut. Whether you're brushing it, you want to comb them, you know, you want to comb the waves out and rebrush them. Same for the curls, you want to pick the curls out and recurl it. As you can see, I did it around the entire head, you know, not leaving no room for error. Here I start with my low pros. I got a blue FX blade on here, and it's one of my favorite blades. Although these are not my hitters, I could, you know, line up a client with these. Taking my Stylecraft instincts, I'm going a finger's width, you know, level all the way open. As you can see, my guideline is different, obviously, because I wanted to create some, you know, a nice transition within this cut. His last barber took the back of his neck taper up, and also the side of his taper is up too high. And you know, like I said, this is only a job for me to do at this moment, so within the time frame that I got with this client in my chair, I'm going to make the best of it. I go level halfway close, and I'm just going halfway up that, you know, fingers width that we created with level all the way open, trying to create some transition. Now I'm going level all the way closed, and I'm just hitting at that line, just trying to, you know, knock it out. Always remember that your taper won't turn out the best always when you dealing with certain head types and, you know, just certain clients. So you will always need to detail, whether it's after lining your client up or, you know, after just creating that blend pattern. As you can see, I'm taking my 1.5 right here, my 1.5, and I got my level halfway closed, and you know, I'm just trying to create a transition. Now I'm taking my number 1 guard, I'm fading down because his taper is too high, and I don't want to take too much of the bulk that's, you know, that I really don't have to work with. I'm going level all the way open with my number 1. I basically softened up the hair and softened up the line with the 1.5, so my 1 can come right behind it and do his job. As you can see, that transition coming together clean. That transition coming together clean. And please stay to the end of this video, or right when I'm about to line them up, because I got tips and tricks that you other barbers and, you know, upcoming barbers could use. As you can see, I went halfway closed, and then now I'm closing it completely, softening up that line. You know, and that's coming together clean. It's looking good. And I'm sorry, this was the 0.5 that I was using here, right here. As you can see, I had to take my guard back off, and, you know, just detailing. As you can see, brush 1, fade 1 is a barber school terminology. Brush 1, fade 1. As you can see, I'm brushing and fading, brushing and fading, brushing and fading, because I do want to create a transition. I do not want to leave any lines within this taper. Here I'm taking my number 2 guard, and I'm lightly touching his head because I don't want to take too much of the bulk that, you know, that's trying to grow back in to create his head shape how it should be. As you can, I just detailed just a tiny bit of water, and I'm going back with my number 1 guard. You know, I'm fading down. That looks good. Here, as you can see, his neck taper is up way too high, so I insist that I keep it low. Although he wanted me to design in his head, I did not want to ensure that I'm going to add a design in this cut because his taper is too high, and I don't want to. I want to be able to have a guideline to where the design is either dead in the middle or lower than expected. you don't want to take his design up too far, so I just told him it's best to let your hair grow back out. Again, with the back neck taper, we do the same steps that we did on the front end. You go lever all the way open, just going up a finger's width. A finger's width is if you place your finger on this taper until you get to that first line with that first crease of where you can, you know, close your finger. That's about like a finger's width. Lever halfway close, and then that one lever close. As you can see, I didn't have to use any high guards because this, I'm used to my tools, and I know that the length that he's at now is rarely close to a number 1, if that. So the highest guard that we use on the back neck taper is a number 1, which, as you can see, it is barely taking hair off, but it's okay. It's okay, trust me, it's okay, because when you go to put that 0.5 on it, everything will come together real clean, and you don't want to take his taper up higher than what is already at. So please keep your neck, guys, new barbers, upcoming barbers exist, just keep your neck taper super low. Clients love when you keep it super low, unless you're of course dealing with like a waiver and they want to see, you know, a actual big of a transition in the back of the neck. Level all the way close my one. I'm hitting that crease right then and there. As you can see, I'm hitting the crease and brushing it, because you always want to make sure you clean the creases up. Clients look forward to that. Clients, you know, observe that. Very observant to the, you know, the creases. That's coming, and that's only a 1 guard on it. It's coming together clean. Here now I'm going in with my 1/16, which is my 0.5, a 0 on some, you know, some guard systems, and I'm just cleaning up. You know, I'm just cleaning up. It's looking real good. That looks good. You can see I'm brushing and fading. Okay, as you guys know, this is my side. I just want to chop it up, let you guys know what's going on. I do want to start by saying I appreciate every last one of my supporters. You know, I wouldn't be here without y'all. You know, monetize. I have a lot of barbers that, you know, that I'm inspiring, and I'm slowly transitioning to knowing those things. I'm trying to better myself as a barber, you know, better myself as a content creator. So again, don't be shy to like a video or comment on my video and let me know what you guys think of my, you know, just my cuts. Just let me know if you might line somebody up differently, or you got a better way of doing things. You know, I'm all for growth. I'm always going to be coachable when it comes to the game, and I would never make myself feel like I'm better than the next, because I am not the best barber. Time and time again I say I am not the best barber. I'm slowly working my way up the charts to being, you know, in that top 5. But me personally, I don't think that I will be the best barber, or I am the best barber. People have their preference, so you would never have a barber that everybody will agree on being the best barber. My clients make me feel like I'm the best barber, but do I feel like I'm the best barber? No, because I know how the game go. You know, I respect the game. I respect every, you know, other content creators. You know, Bane, one of my favorites, the favorite. You know, that's who I look up to. Bane, I look up to get Bane a whole lot. You know, and I just love his work. It just remind me of my work. You know, I wouldn't necessarily compare it and fully, but in certain aspects, in certain areas, yeah, I do think that I resemble like his work. You know, our work is almost identical. You know, without further ado, let's lock back in. I go in with dry shampoo. You know, I usually use hot lather, but you know, he's not getting a hot towel, so dry shampoo, what it does is it dry the skin out, and you know, if anything, it strips the skin, so your enhancements can lay longer, so you can get a better ash line, so your you know, the face won't be too oily, or you know, it just give a better texture to the skin when you're going to go line them up and apply your enhancement. So if you're not already, please hop on the dry shampoo. It will keep your skin and your hair kind of like white, but then as you seen when I sprayed my holding spray, any kind really of your favorite, it'll change the color of the texture and of the hair black, back black. I apologize. I was trying to say too many things at one time. But again, like you said, like I said, you want to blow dry. We're gonna start with the back neck area, as I always do, and then work my way to the front so it can marinate like chicken. But these trimmers, Beam, Tune 45, you know, fabulous. Y'all did an amazing job with these trimmers. These are my favorite trimmers. My line of work is fabulous, and I could never, like, just everything about this trimmer, it cracks fresh out the box. Of course I adjusted my trimmer because me personally, I'm real light on my hands, so I feel like fresh out the box, it strikes, like it hits for like heavy-handed people. But me personally, I bumped my blade up and I resharpened it, and I did everything I needed to do to get it to hit like this. As you can see, it's flowing. You know, I really only have to tap one time and go. But it's cleaning, just me being clean. You know, I just like to clean up real good. You know, it's something about, you know, just a detailed haircut. And as you can see, that back neck area, it looks good. No enhancements or anything, you know, straight natural. It looks good. Here I'm going in, starting with the middle of his, you know, his hairline, working my way over. And as you can see, he's super light in the front part of his hair, but that's okay. We're not going to dig into it at all. We're not going to dig into it, because the worst thing you can do is push a client back, and then now you know you done lost a client forever. As you can see, it's creating the ash lines. It's creating things that I need to see. These things are hitters. I'm telling you, if you don't have a pair of these, I don't have the clipper yet, but I will sure get the clipper. I've been indecisive about what clip I wanted to get next. But these things are hitters. Here I'm going in with waterproof enhancements. I used to use Tune 45, OG Walker. I used to use Kiss Express, but I just went on with my own mix because I know it sticks just a lot longer than all the other dyes. But if you don't want to go and mix your own and you want to go with pre-mix, yeah, you got Tune 45, OG Walker. You got a couple good ones out there. My favorite, Barber, and you know, other things in that nature. As you can see, this cut, these enhancements brung the cut out. So a lot of y'all gonna be in the comment, oh, he didn't need enhancements. My client wanted enhancements, so I gotta give my client what my client wanted. You know, as you can see, I'm going in with my real hair fibers. They are real hair fibers, which means that it gives more of a distinct, or more of a real look. You know, it comes, you know, it's just clean. Yeah, I'm going in with my Barber Magic pencil, and I'm just creating real light lines because you don't want your pencil line too thick, and then now you just mess the whole cut up unless you razor it. And majority of the time, my clippers be so damn sharp that you don't even need razors, unless I use a razor on the forehead unless my client said so. But as you can see, I'm just, you know, not smearing it in, not smudging it in, but just going over top of the pencil just so it can spread out a bit and create, you know, that to give that sharper look, that sharper image. That looks good. That looks good. And as you can see, I was locked in this cut. I was locked in. All the way in, I was locked in.
Here you go. You can tell the camera how you feel about it.
That's crazy, bro. That's fire, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's different. Damn, that's different. Damn, bro. That's precious.
You like that?
I love that, dog. I appreciate it, bro. God damn, I appreciate that, bro.
You ready to go in there and hurt something?
Man, I'm ready to go in there and do some damage, dog. I ain't gonna hold you.
You ready to go in there and
Man, I'm
hurt
ready
something?
to go, bro. God damn.
My client traveled 2 hours away. Just from watching my work on Instagram, looking at my pictures and everything, and how my Instagram set up, dog, be proud of the things that you accomplish. This how it looks. Finishing work. If you don't already, again, drop a like, comment, and please subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notification on so you will never miss a video.